You now tuned in to Onan TV, man. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And I'm going to get right into this, man. I wanted to come at y'all today with something real quick. And I want all my viewers to help me out with this one right here. Because it got me scratching my head, man. And it really got me scratching my head, bro. Today I was doing some research as normal. And I came across those 3 shooters that got locked up for shooting at young Dolph's vigil. Now I know everybody lost focus of those 3 shooters that was shooting at young Dolph's vigil, and they shot somebody in the leg. But I ain't forgot about them. My mind was always on them. So I decided to do some research today also on those guys. And this is what I came up with.
In this space of remembrance for young Dolph, many come for different reasons. Some to grieve, others to pay tribute.
I just really want to stop by here because I kind of feel the pain, what his family going through.
But after 2 shootings in less than 48 hours, one witness we spoke with who did not want to be identified is left shaken.
My life was in danger because I don't have anything to do with it. I'm just up here paying my respect. And it was like, Lord, I can't get killed. I can't get shot because I'm a grandma.
A man was shot in the thigh Thursday evening. Memphis police believe Terrence Jones pulled the trigger from the backseat of a stolen vehicle as he rode past the vigil. Shortly after the shooting, MPD officers say they chased the vehicle to Kerr Avenue and Mississippi Boulevard and found the car wrecked. MPD says Jones and 2 other individuals took off running from police and were ultimately caught. MPD recovered 6 guns, and one of them is believed to have been stolen.
I feel like that they got what they asked for, The police got them in custody, and I'm glad that they did that because they could have shot innocent other people up here.
Since the shooting, Memphis police have added surveillance cameras and increased patrols in the area. Reporting in South Memphis, Jordan James, WREG, News Channel 3.
Now, for all y'all that's out there, these were the first 3 guys that got handcuffs put on them after the young Dolph murder. So out of nowhere, 3 dudes in a car come shooting at young Dolph's vigil and shot somebody in the thigh out there. Now that makes me scratch my head and say, these guys just came out of nowhere to shoot up a vigil? Who would want to shoot up a vigil? That to me, that sounds like a diversion, allegedly. And you gotta have some real big kahunas to do that while the police sitting in the parking lot. Now, if you was paying attention to the news report said that the guy in the back seat, his name was Terrence Jones, and they believed that Terrence Jones was the shooter. And I know that some people out there probably identified him, and probably the police even identified him. But Terrence Jones came out of the window with a gun, aimed it at a crowd of people out there, paying their respect to young Dolph, and let off rounds and actually hit somebody. So the police chased them down. I guess they went on a high-speed chase. And these guys jumped out the car, started running, had 6 guns in the car. These dudes had 6 guns in the car, and one of these guns been reported stolen. So I just started thinking about this, and I said, let me dig into this a little bit more, and let me see what I can come up with. Now I'm gonna let y'all listen to this news report. And this news report right now is also related to Terrence Jones.
A 20-year-old is behind bars accused of trying to kill at least 5 people. Police say Terrence Jones shot up a Hickory Hill house over the weekend.
It's kind of a little worse on this end down here. And right here, all these people right here, we kind of stick together and watch out for each other.
Fox 13 chief investigative reporter Jim Spiewak is there live tonight, just down the street from where that shooting happened. Jim, you got the chance to talk to neighbors who told you that they really need help to cut down on crime in their neighborhood.
So let me put this into perspective. The house that was shot up, it's just down the street this way. But over my shoulder, we're going to go ahead and zoom in on exactly what neighbors are talking about. That's a SkyCop camera that was put in just a couple weeks ago, and it is pointing directly at the house that was shot up.
It's ridiculous.
Almost every week, Memphians say almost the same thing.
We got to come together and try to stop it, because it's just getting worse and worse and worse. It ain't getting no better.
It took a while on Monday to find anyone down Myers Road who wanted to talk about the weekend shooting that left one person dead and 3 others injured. One neighbor even told me off camera he's lived in his house for 22 years and didn't even know his neighbors' names for fear of going outside.
You want to just throw your hands up, because what can we do?
I finally was able to talk to Corey Barentine, who lives just down the street from where police say 20-year-old Terrence Jones shot up a house in a drive-by shooting in broad daylight.
I mean, I just don't understand how we can't stop and get these guns off the streets.
Many people can go an entire lifetime without hearing a gunshot on their street. Barentine says this SkyCop camera went up just 3 weeks ago.
I was hearing a lot of gunshots, but it kind of stopped once that camera got put up right there. And it kind of slowed down. I haven't been hearing too many gunshots since.
Police say the victims in Saturday's shooting identified Jones as the shooter. They say they were sitting inside the home when Jones and others came in to rob them before the gunshots started. Barentine on Monday was with his 12-year-old son.
You can't let them go outside and play because there's too many gunshots, and you don't know where that bullet's going to land.
Back out here live, I did just get off the phone moments ago with Jones's attorney. Their family has retained him within the last 24 hours. He still faces 5 counts of attempted murder, and those charges could be upgraded because one person has died in this shooting. I spoke with the district attorney a little bit earlier. They said that has not happened yet, but of course, criminal charges can always be upgraded, so we'll certainly keep on that and let you know what happens. For now, I'm reporting live in Hickory Hill, Jim Spiewak, Fox 13 News.
Thank you, Jim.
Hold up, man. Wait a minute. I can't believe what I'm hearing. You mean to tell me that this is the same guy, Terrence Jones, that shot up 5 people in a home invasion, actually killed somebody inside of that house, and he was out of jail a couple years later and back hanging out a window shooting at more people at Young Dolph's vigil? Man, what in the world is going on in Memphis? I mean, this is crazy. This guy was out of jail after killing somebody and shooting 4 other people. Now, let me remind you, they say that Terrence Jones was identified by people in that house. So they got eyes on him and identified him. Something ain't right in this cake. Something is not right in this mix. Now, this is the bombshell. I'm going to read from the same article. It said, officers told Fox 13 the individuals that came to the home that they were occupying a black or blue 4-door Audi. While on the scene, police discovered the driver. The owner of the Audi was a Terrence Jones, a.k.a. CEO Stacks. Once again, a.k.a. CEO Stacks. Now, I don't know what's going on with this CEO mess, but man, this is crazy. And allegedly, I'm thinking CEO Stacks, CEO Bobby, CEO whatever. I mean, wow. Is that what they do in Memphis? Everybody goes by CEO? Is this a clique? I mean, what's going on? Because this is a coincidence that they're blaming, allegedly, this guy's CEO Bobby in this, and then here it comes, allegedly, CEO Stacks hanging out the back of the window, shooting up the vigil. My God, man. This is crazy. I told y'all this case is so crazy till I just don't know what to say. And this little dude, CEO Stacks, man, he seemed like a little loose cannon, man. You feel me? I'm still reading articles on this little kid. And now I'm trying to put this thing together because where is CEO Bobby? Where is CEO Bobby and where is JoJo Splat? Where is all these guys at now that had this free clout? And after these guys got locked up for shooting at that vigil, we heard nothing else about them. Not one mention of them in the news, not one mention of them in public, nothing about them ever since the day that they got locked up. Now, it's a lot of pressure on those guys that were in that car because Lord knows how many people were out there at that vigil. But I can tell you one thing, the cops used those guys allegedly. And I'm gonna say this allegedly. This is my own opinion, what I'm thinking going on. And the way that those cops probably handled them was, man, you know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up, right? You know, had them in that room and told them straight up, we gonna give you 50 counts of assault and battery with attempt to kill or attempted murder or whatever. You better start giving up some names. You better tell us what's going on. We better know something. So for all you people out there that want to know how they may have or allegedly caught Mr. Street Drop, don't forget that CEO Stacks was allegedly hanging out that window firing at those people. And those guys in that car wasn't that old. I think the oldest one in that car was 23 years old. I think we had one in there that was 19 and another one that was 20. Them little boys ain't ready for that type of pressure, man. Them little dudes is not ready for that type of pressure. They split them up, get them all in one room, and they could put them in a trick bag, man. And they could put them in the trick bag. And, you know, for them to do something as heartless as that. I mean, people out there trying to pay their respects, man. And you just trying to show your love. And next thing you know, a car just spin the bin and just start dumping on the crowd. Man, come on, man. Why would they do that? Why? Y'all gotta ask yourself that. I do. But I'm gonna keep my alleged thoughts to myself. And another thing you gotta ask yourself is, this guy was gunned down maybe a house or two from where they found that car at Mr. Desmond Rogers. Okay? Mr. Desmond Rogers, when he was gunned down, the cops didn't even put his name in the paper. They didn't even mention his name on the news. Man, I had to go look up an obituary to find out who that was that got killed that day, November 21st, 2021. So this dude, Desmond Rogers, allegedly, you know, they were saying that he was the one that gave up the car, that told the cops where that car was. But I don't know why you have to tell the cops where a Mercedes-Benz is at when Mercedes-Benz have GPS systems on them and tracking on them and everything else. I mean, hey, they could easily track that car. That car was stolen from day one. They could have easily GPSed that car. That's a Mercedes-Benz, man. Can't hide that. But hey, that's me and my alleged thoughts. You know, I'm just bringing it to the people. That's why I'm asking you guys to really pay attention to what's going on. You know, pay attention. I mean, there was a guy that was reportedly dropped off to a hospital right after Dolph's murder, and he was pronounced dead on the scene. When they came out there at the hospital, some guys had done dropped him off on the curb or maybe up under the emergency room ramp or whatever, and this dude was dead, man. And that's kind of funny. No name was released from him either. We don't know who that guy was, but it's mighty funny that he was shot moments after young Dolph was killed. So I don't like to get into all this conspiracy theories and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I deal off proof. I deal off of straight proof, show and tell. Well, all I can tell you guys is this is a puzzle that's going to be continued to try to be put together, but it's a lot going on right here, man. It's a lot going on right here, man. And you know, these guys, I mean, it was multiple people involved with young Dolph's death, man, allegedly. Allegedly, I believe that there was multiple people involved in this. And I also believe that it took a plan. You know, this thing took days, if not weeks, to put together, man. Because, you know, allegedly, they had diversions. You know, they had other things going on. People were in place. You know, everybody had a role. The shooters had on matching clothes, raggy shoes. Man, it's a lot going on with this.